Love, light, greetings, soul family. My divinity to yours. Welcome if you're new, and welcome back if you're returning. Thank you for all new subscriptions, for your likes, your comments, your love, appreciation, and participation in this beautiful family of light. Thank you for being courageous and the new luminaries, the avatars of light, the warriors of light, the bearers, the weavers, the workers of divine light and consciousness, for uplifting this beautiful earth, Mother Gaia, into her 5D ascension, and you and I and others all over this world beautifully, heartedly connect to raise the vibration and take us into blessings and blessings. Thank you, Spirit, applauds, commends, guides and guards each of you, and thanks you too. We sit in a vibration today of a 3, which is Trinity, Triality, as above so below and within, the energy of birth, death and rebirth, creation, preservation and destruction. Everything in essence is cyclic. It's evolutionary, revolutionary, and has a beginning and an ending. And that is what the energy sits today. So if you are intending to let go and complete, to start new beginnings, to refresh and renew, you are in essence in the right vibration, which is lovely. Today I'll do a reading on the King Charles, specifically on the preparations or the planning that is making headlines of what is called Operation Menai Bridge, which is a code name for the plans relating to the King's funeral plans, his death. And this name refers to a suspension bridge in Wales. Well, it's not just a headline for the first time. Every year, I think more than once a year, they do refresh this particular operation code name for all royal members of the family in preparation of a sudden passing and so on. But there are headlines, and it's been streaming into my feed, and I'm thinking, the Spirit saying something, should I address it? Should we look into it? And I thought, yes, I've got permission, let's do it. There are reports that express his health is deteriorating, he's not been looking as good as he was, and perhaps there is something happening. And of course, it is necessary to do this planning, because it is of a very large scale. It is not a small funeral. It will be a state funeral. It will be publicized. It's a global event, and of course, a lot of planning goes into that. So refreshing it is normal, but it is making waves at the moment. And then there's also reporting that, he's doing well and he's going back to duty and he will be seen in public, etc., etc. So there are mixed feelings at the moment. So I have done a bit of shuffling, preparing the cards, and I've already seen the Death card, the Judgment card, the Justice card come up. I've seen the Emperor card, I've seen the King of Cups card, so I've seen a lot, and I've seen the Coffin card twice already in 2 different decks that I'll be using as well. So amongst other cards, royal cards more than any of the other cards reflected the King of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and so perhaps it is a signal, and let's go ahead and do this. So Divine Spirit of Light, Mother, Father, Creator, and all of my guides, star families, galactic families, animal spirit guides, I welcome you. I thank you in advance. I invite, invoke your presence in essence, and your love, your light, your protection over me at this time. Thank you. Over this channel, this platform, portal of light that is holding together unified consciousness of so many beautiful souls, hearts, people, for a united effort that we are affirming in conviction. And I ask that you bless each one listening. Flow in their hearts, their body, and help them through. Lead, guide, guard, and bless them. Thank you. This card is the Chariot card. Talks about movement, advancement, plans going ahead. The Three of Cups, which is about a gathering and a celebration. We have the Emperor card, which is the king in his aged state. Of course, he is in charge of the ruling the Commonwealth, so he's not just in one country, he is ruling different nations, so that makes him an emperor as well. The Star card, healing, ascending, the Knight of Wands, clearly messages coming through very soon. Page of Cups, emotional issues, it could be a lot of news coming in. So just to give you a feel of what the underlying and supporting energy is. So Spirit, Divine Spirit of Light, please introduce to us, reveal to us the current health situation of the King Charles. How is his health at this current time? We have the Four of Wands, Seven of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and we have what is trying to flip is the Ace of Swords. We have more cards, so let's stop there for now. Right, so we have the Four of Wands, which is about structure and stability, home, it is also to do with a celebration, reaching a milestone. So is this preparation in the household for this particular harmonizing, planning and strategizing of his health, his condition, his funeral plans? Is he trying to tie up loose ends, bring things together? Let's find out. The Nine of Swords and the Seven of Wands. Nine of Swords. Stress and anxiety. An overactive mind. So his mind is racing. It seems like he feels he's running out of time. He wants to get a lot done. He's mentally worked up. There's a lot going on. There's disarray. There's a bit of panic. There's a lot of mental activity that it's like firing rockets in all direction, firing arrows, shooting arrows, everything just flying all over the place, sparks going off. That's what I'm seeing here. There's a rush and a great amount of stress and anxiety that is bringing. Seven of Wands, putting things into place, into perspective, creating boundaries, creating structure, ensuring structure is defended. Right? It's bringing a lot of challenge in this situation as well. Who does what? What happens here? Who's going to be in charge of that? So there's a lot of disarray. Let's say that word is playing up again in the mind, in the heart, in the action. So the mind is in disarray. Everything feels like a packet of licorice, all sorts. You know, it may look good on the outside, but it doesn't seem to be going very well on the inside. There's haphazard energy as well, trying to bring everything into line, into balance, propping it up, positioning it, keeping composure and structure. We have the King of Swords, which is a lot about the regime itself, the people in charge, the authorities, the ones that are helping, the aides, the courtiers, you know, the seniors that are assisting the seniors. So there's a lot of talking, a lot of planning, a lot of wanting to execute, right? Objectivity, looking at things from different angles, thinking, a lot of thinking going on, a lot of power. There's just so much energy. I see this swirling cloud that seems to be ringing around them. You know, it's like a gerbil on a wheel, chasing its tail, and you're picking up the speed in this vortex, and it's dizzy. It makes you dizzy. It's giving you a lot of mental headache and stress and activity, and that's what I'm feeling here. You've got the Two of Swords. Yes, putting up defenses, wanting to see the bigger picture, but can't quite see it, trying to put it out there. So working behind the scenes to do something, and at the same time not bring an alarming state about it, not to get the entire world concerned and worried about what's happening behind the blindfold. So we'll just block it out and shut it out, but clearly they are working on this, and it is not just an ordinary you know, touch base with it. It is serious planning, serious action, for as if news could be any day. But I'm not saying it is, but that's the energy of rush and panic that is happening right now. But they're trying to harmonize it. Six of Wands. Six of Wands is public recognition. You know, going out there in public, it's like a procession. So on the bright side, it is happy news of a win, a celebration, coronation, jubilation, a happy time, you know, to commemorate something. But it can also mean a funeral procession, a procession of sadness, a gathering of sadness, news, right? And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. There's a lot of sevens playing up. So maybe something's coming in July. That's the 7th month. Could be something coming through in July. So let's pay attention if you are keeping track of the family news or the royal news. Perhaps something will come through in July. We've got two sevens that show up right under each other, and we've got the Five of Cups. That is the mourning, depression card. That is loss and grief. Yes, Sun. That loss and grief is a relief of something, new light, an ending for a rebirth from this loss and grief. Right, let's ask, is there any more from this deck, Spirit? No. Thank you. This is what I was saying. When I shuffle this deck, that's the coffin card sitting. And there's the 10, which is cutting off, ending, danger, something sudden. Oh dear, and look at that. the cross, a cemetery. Please may I have a message from this deck regarding the question, the energy and currency of King Charles. Thank you. We have ring and a crossroad. The bottom of the deck, the 15, and for me that's the Harry card, Prince Harry's card. Ring and crossroad. This 22 is popping up very regularly, and even in the deck that I'll be using. And that 22 in that deck is an official person, somebody with military outfit, lots of badges, like an official announcement from an official person, or somebody doing something official, announcement, Spirit says, bringing something will be announced officially. Well, let's not get into that, but the 22 plays up here again, which is the crossroad. So there's going to be a switch, but they say a swift switch of changing direction, changing opposite. It's going to move in some opposite direction. It'll be a sudden decision though. And what is the ring? 2 and 5 is 7. A ring is a commitment energy. So a new commitment, something new, a takeover or a handover of energy, a new cycle, something taking place. All right, let's leave that here. Spirit is not giving too much at the moment. They do come in later in the reading. There's the mature man at the bottom of this deck, which is the king energy for me. Wealthy man. Oh dear, look at this. There's the official person. And this is divine. This is so applicable for what we're saying. So there must be an announcement coming in the distant horizon. So that is, it's planning. It's committed planning for this announcement, and a changeover possibly of wealth, regent or new appointment. And of course it has to do with the change. 5 is change. The wealthy man, to the wealthy man, sorry, from the mature man to the wealthy man, could be a changeover that is going to be announced very soon. Imprisonment. All right, let's not go too deep into that. Give me a message here, Spirit. Five again, courthouse. So this is definitely a message that will have legality, fine print, important information, important documents, important announcement. It is big, right? It is a very big announcement coming. Very big announcement that will be made. And what it feels like, obviously an ending of something, to recrown, recommit, a switch over, and there's your announcement coming to make it official, to document it. Okay, let's leave that. Let's move to our next question. Spirit, show us the state of King Charles's health in the current energy. What is the real, authentic, true, genuine state of his health? The Last Judgment, 6 of Pentacles. Well, he's reaching the end, that's for sure. He's reaching the end of his cycle. The Star, definitely. Ascension, moving out of his body. 6 of Cups. 6 of King of Swords. Knight of Swords. 10 of Wands. Lots of heavy cards at the bottom. So the Last Judgment. Yes. This is like preparing for the Last Judgment. The crossover from body to and spirit. The separation, the detachment, the ending. Six of Pentacles. We have 2 sixes here. Balancing the scales. Balancing the energy, give and take, trying to figure things out, put things into perspective, make sure everything is right. With me seeing Harry's card here at the bottom of this deck, I'm assuming, right, I haven't asked Spirit, I'm assuming that some of this balancing here with the 6 of Pentacles has to do with him. Maybe making peace with him, which will be lovely and an incredible blessing to make peace, to harmonize, and to be fair, just, and honest. The Star, this is a healing energy, so it is possible that he might bring in Harry to have this forgiveness and let it go, make up, go in peace kind of energy before he parts this world. And it will be healing for both of them. And I think it's important, you know, we waste so many years in our lives fighting against each other, with each other, about each other. And when we reach the end times of our life and we realize that our life is in crisis, or our health is in crisis, or a family member is in crisis, and we can never make up for that lost time. And with the 6 of Cups that also fell out, it is going back to the old, to the past, to the roots, and trying to heal that and bring peace to that. And if this is what this is about, then of course it's all embracing. Then I say absolutely yes. In the end, remember, our souls carry a vibration to the other side. And if we go over with too much pain and guilt and unforgiveness and sadness and bitterness, hatred, etc., it doesn't fare very well. It just prolongs our ability to heal and to manifest a new life. For we return to experience the same dark patterns. And forgiveness does not say to one or the other, if you wronged me, it is right, I accept it. You know, it is done and it's okay. Forgiveness is not that energy. It is saying that I free you wholeheartedly in light for you to grow and for me to grow. So I forgive you. That is what forgiveness is about. And therefore, it's always been said that the one that forgives has a very big heart. But because regardless of who wronged, how they wronged, why they wronged, when they did it, it doesn't matter. In the grander scheme of things, there is always judgment. That person or persons will always sit at the council of judgment and be charged, be trialed. That is not your problem. You let it go. Free yourself from the attachment, energetic attachment. Do you want to return and go through the same issues in life? So if this is what it is, then it is very welcomed for this healing. But it does feel like this is a possibility, and especially with the Four of Wands, trying to put everything in place and get it in order and get organized. There's a lot of mental activity, guilt, sadness, reminiscing on the past. What is happening? What has happened? We can never make up for it. At the bottom is the Knight of Swords, which means that this could possibly come into being soon. There's action being taken in this particular activity very quickly. Yes, Two of Swords. Not everything is as it seems. The Lord of Peace restored. So clearly they want to make peace about this. It's a two-way process. It's a two-way road. This is also possibly where the crossroad comes in. Crossroad energy is here. So tell us about his health. How serious or not is the health of the King? Five of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, Three of Wands. He's not doing well. He is gearing and prepping up for the end. He knows it's inevitable. It is coming, and it might come sooner than assumed, presumed, projected, intended. I know somewhere somebody said they say he's got 2 years to live. I mean, who can make a prediction like that? You can only make a prediction like that if the body is not the original. Is that not so? If it is a double, because you know exactly the lifespan of that copy. That's the only time you can make that kind of a prediction, is for how much longer you want that role to go on. So the end is nearing. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is about him. This is about him going out in his glory. And possibly the energy of projecting that he's doing well and expanding that out to the world, showing the world that yes, he's doing well, but that's a mask. Straight away I see with the Five of Cups that is not the truth. This is a mask. It's a cover-up that he's doing very well. He's relaxing and healing and taking time out and go slow. Yes, by all means he's doing that, but it is not the truth. There is much more going on. He is, I feel, not too well with the Five of Cups. See, it says the Lord of loss and pleasure. So it's nearing the end. What else, Spirit? Give us more detail on his health specifically. death. Death. At the bottom is the Eight of Wands. This is going to happen very quickly. Oh, look at this. The Emperor. Now, we've got death, and that is now in the literal sense. It is an ending. A cycle is ending, and it's going to be very, very quick, because we have the Eight of Wands that's rushing in, the Lord of Swiftness. This is about the great transformation, right? A cycle coming to an end, and he is a Pluto, ruled by Pluto. He's a Scorpio, so his end is very close, and that confirms it with the Eight of Wands, and there's the Emperor. So it is on the table. I've already showed you the Emperor card at the bottom of a different deck. Thank you. Okay, so I'll leave that question there. We can see for sure that his energy is reaching its ending, its cycle of closing. Thank you. Give me a message from this deck, please. On question 2, current state of the King's health. Thank you. We have house, which is 4. So he's preparing his house. Like we've said, with the Four of Wands, he's preparing everything. He's putting it together. We have man and tree. Tree is talking about the 5, the energy of change and shift, karma from the past. So a healing will have to take place for a new growth of energy. And I feel that has to do with this crossroad and passing on, that something's got to heal. And this is a young man. But nonetheless, it's a male. So this has to do with the male energy. Healing a male energy, possibly Harry. He's trying to get something settled, straightened, corrected, remedied. Right? Trees are healing. They provide nurturing and shelter and comfort and growth. And they're loving. Right? So that's the energy, possibly him wanting to express to Harry, to heal the situation with him. Give me a message from this deck, please, on question 2. Adjudication. Now this is the court, the judge, or an official person. And we have it here. So something is being settled. So there are papers or documents that are being drawn up, and both parties coming to an agreement of some kind, and that is being given or delivered. There's your 30, which is a 3 energy, Trinity energy. So could this be a rebirthing from what died between the two of them? Can you give us one more, please? 15, love. Yes, they do want to heal the situation. Something needs to be healed. And I do feel at the bottom there's 3. Do not worry about it being the marriage card. It is the 3, the vibration of today's energy. So something will be healed. He's trying to heal it. They're trying to heal it. And I did say in my previous videos, possibly the very first 1 or 2 that I did on the king, his reading, it's under the Royal Channeling playlist, where I did say that he will need Harry's forgiveness before he dies, before he passes. Maybe not in the same words, but I do remember saying that he needs Harry's forgiveness to cross in peace, to pass and to cross in peace. Because remember, as much as there is all this controversy about Harry's book, which I have not read, and how the family, the firm felt about that, there is truth. And I've always said that it takes courage. It took courage for Harry to leave an institution of that magnitude, of that power and control. Right? And he's not in peace, we know that. But it takes a lot to get out of there. And nobody leaves a luxurious life. Nobody leaves, if everything is going perfectly well, almost perfectly well, and you get away with it, and things are done for you, and the money comes in, and your life is just so in the 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles, why would you leave an institution like that, or a home for that matter? So something didn't go down very well, and it had to be a lot of that something, and it had to be serious to make that shift or move. So I feel now he knows how much of that was instigated, manipulated, controlled. He was a target and so on. So perhaps before anything else, I do feel that strongly at the top of his list, in the first few numbers on the top of his list, is this intention to make peace with Harry, to heal the situation. My final question at the bottom of this deck that I would use is, when I shuffled and turned it, is the King of Cups. And that is the King in essence, and of course William as well. Let's have a look at what's at the bottom. We have the King of Swords, which is all the truth and decisions and the Lovers, healing, 2 of Swords, 9 of Wands, very burdensome. Let us stop there. So already cards that we've seen and spoken of. The 10 of Swords falls out, 2 of Wands, 9 of Cups, 10 of Swords. It is definitely a time for the ending, right? And my question was and is, what can we expect in terms of announcements from the King? What announcements are coming? What information will be coming soon from the King or about the King? And here we have the 10 of Swords, which is an ending, a crisis. I have the 8 of Swords that flipped over. I have the 10 of Cups back at the bottom of the deck. And the card that turned up is the Devil. And that speaks for itself. It is over. High Priestess, 8 of Cups, 2 of Cups, Ace of Wands. Spirit says that does not have any significance in the reading. But the 8 of Swords does, because that sits with the King of Cups here, you see. So now what is happening? He's trapped, and I say this in italics, in metaphor, within himself, a great restriction. It's like time is running out. You're stuck in a box, in a position, in a place, and so many changes needs to take place. He does not have that freedom in himself anymore to think, yes, I've got plenty time or plenty years. I can go on a go slow. Everything is rushed up now, but at the same time, it is stifling him. It is suffocating. It's overwhelming. It's anxiety. It's nervous breakdown. It is too hyped up. He doesn't have the energy to deal with it now. And that is how he's feeling, bound, restricted, because now everybody comes in and lines up and gives their point of view. And which one does he go with? Which one is right? Which one's correct? Am I making the right decision? That is what is happening now. In this, right? At the bottom of the deck, that is basically what is happening. King of Swords, there we go. Exactly what I just said. Is all this authority and power and words and contracts and having to sign off and designate and put things into perspective, of the entire firm. His personal assets and wealth and belongings, transfer of information, transfer of wealth, having to complete things that are outstanding and make sure the ball's rolling for what's to come. So there's lots and lots and lots that is going on, and it is reaching a mental catastrophe more than a physical one. And we've got the Devil card sitting between that. Right? That is also the attachment to everything. Everything he's attached to. He's got to now let go. He's got to divide. He's got to share. He's got to put it into perspective. That it's also the obsession of having all of that for so long. And now that he's sitting in a position of power, it will be short-lived. So it doesn't go very well. It doesn't taste very nice. It doesn't sit very well with him. There's a great limitation now from this grand obsession and thrill of life. And it's all been done, a lot of it's been done in negative light. That's basically what it is. We're reaching the end now of this obsession, of this addiction of life. And now we've got to give it away. It's got to be transferred. I leave it all behind. Six of Pentacles, exactly what we said. You see, he's got to distribute it. It's got to be shared. It's got to be divided. It's got to be distributed. It's got to be equated. So perhaps we'll be getting information about all of that. The Hierophant, exactly. The institution. All of these bodies and organizations and institutions and whatever he's attached to has all got to be balanced. Equal give, share to the rightful ones. Transparency of wealth as well. See, you've got to put it on the scale and balance it. Can't get away with it. You've got to distribute it correctly. It's got to be done righteously. The Hierophant is like the high priestess, the high priest. A divine energy making the right decisions for institutions, being noble in what you're doing, not negative, So whatever has gone down that was not, this sits as a second card, and that aligns with the devil card. So whatever was done in that mode needs to be corrected. This needs to be balanced before he goes. Can you see that? Before he goes. So there's a lot of work taking place. A lot of work taking place. Give me one more, please. Ten of Wands. And it is very burdensome. It's a very big load in the literal sense that he's carrying, that he has been carrying for so long. You see, he's been fortunate that he's had his freedom of life. His mum, Queen Elizabeth II, the late queen, had carried this load and burden. So having it now in his late years, in his maturing years, in his aging years, his aged years, is not easy to carry. And now with a so-called health issue that is out there, and God knows what are other issues that are unbeknown to the public, it's a lot to carry. You can see he can't make it. He can't carry it. He's not upright. He's bent over. It's too much. It's got to end. It's reaching its end. So he's now, with the King of Swords, having to dictate and distribute fairly, equally, responsibly, take the right decisions, make the right decisions for the higher and greater good of the institution as well. It's too much. Is there anything else? Four of Pentacles. In the reverse, the Page of Pentacles and the Tower. It's done. It's literally done. It's a matter of time now. Page of Pentacles. No new contracts. Nothing that perhaps was intended for initiation or will be initiated. Nothing new will be created now. They will have to close the cycle off as is, just by redistributing correctly. What? There's nothing new, no opportunity, no new job, no new positioning. Nothing new will come. Right? They have to make do with what they have. The Four of Pentacles had come out before that, so whatever they own, whatever is existing, whatever is mine, has to be used. Right? There's nothing new that's going to come out of that. So they've got to make use of what is existing, what is there, because it's over. It is over. It is an ending of a cycle. It's coming suddenly, but we do know from my readings that I've been saying it is coming. It is coming. It's the timing of the announcement. Everything is being prepped strategically. And therefore, if we actually look at what is happening, in a sense that he's been out of public eye for health reasons, of course, working behind the scenes from home. We have William zooming from home. We are not seeing much senior royals in public. I think Princess Anne is about the only one that is really going out there, and I think Edward and Sophie are doing a little bit. I don't keep up, so forgive me if I haven't mentioned anybody's name. But the two important people is him and William as crown assets, right? And of course Catherine, we all know. But with the two of them being so scarce and less public, it clearly tells you that something is going on that is much larger than is being exposed. And they do have right to privacy, right? But we're just giving you an idea to jog your memory and understand that when I say so much is happening behind the scenes, the planning, the strategy, the thinking, the doing, the preparing, and so on, this is why we see what we don't see, because they are busy with all of this, right? And at the bottom is confusing the public, keeping everyone distracted, confused, diverted, because of all of this that is taking place, that's in the works. All right, let me get one from here, and then please may I have a card, a message for the last question. Thank you. I'm not sure what tried to jump. Courtship, which is 4, and we have family room that's turned over, which is your 3. Look here at the bottom is the coffin. So this is 4, making peace with home, making peace with, we've got enough 4s. We're still in April. So all of this is playing out this month, trying to get the house in order, relationships in order, family, extended family, putting them in order, perspectives, courtship, the house of court, the royal court. We have court house on the table, we have courtship. So making peace, could this be making peace with Harry and his wife? It's a possibility. Right. Family room, there's your 3, 21 becomes a 3. Bringing the house together, getting things in order, having meetings, discussions. When we're near the end of our lives and cycle, then we want to get everything patched up and matched up. And we've lost so much time. We think we have time. We've lost so much time. And when we try to do everything at such a great speed and think, oh, one word of sorry will just make everything go away. It doesn't always do that. And that is why in life, I often, before I want to judge or criticize, and God help me if I do that, I always ask myself, I put myself in that person's situation, and I ask, is it nice? Is it kind? And is it right? And if we do that, we will stop making the unnecessary errors and negative karmic build up for our own lives. But whatever is happening, and if it is for the greater good of peace and harmony and forgiveness and love in these end times, then so be it. So be it. Because there's the coffin. It is there. The death is designed. It is preordained. It is, you can't change it. The box is sealed. In a metaphoric way, we're telling you, yes, the death is here. We have the death card already. May I have one from this deck before we close? Thank you. This is a 30, and we have lily. Where do you put lilies? On a coffin. Lilies are usually present at funerals, not so. Old age, maturity, peace, virtue, wisdom, retirement, an ending of a cycle. So this is the closing of the reading at the 30 and the 3 energy. is telling you that the cycle of creation is reaching its end. I didn't intend to keep the family and the coffin card here, but they are here, and this goes right next to it. I'm not sure what these white flowers are, but they do not look like lilies, but they are white. So look at that. We have chandelier, we have a candle stand that looks very similar, we have the white flower here, and we have the white flower here. Family of light, live in love, use all your might to victor in light. Let us be in togetherness, in divine oneness, in foreverness. I love you, I thank you, and I bless you. Till next.